to the inside. We're on the outside. Much deeper. Nearly spins.
Wow.
Side by side here. The wins on his second outing. The hoop spins.
Yo, what's good everyone? Today is a very special event. We're at Monaco for round 3 of the Tier A Season 3 Championship. And I'm really excited. How are you feeling, Adam, for this one?
I'm fantastic. It's a night race, which makes me even more excited. I love this track.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. We're gonna have so much fun commentating this one for sure. Now, we've got about 17 here today, and remember, Tier A has no ghosting, so it's gonna be an interesting one. Thank you, Melon, for the Prime.
So, do you have any predictions for this week?
This is the worst track to try and make a prediction at. I mean, literally anything can happen here. But you guys can see we do have track map now, so it's going to be a little bit easier for us to keep track. You see Kasper Grabietz in the final sector now, about to set up his first qualifying lap of the session. Here he goes around the final corner now. DRS open.
Haas down the main straight into Sandovat. No heroics so far. Up the hill he goes. Keeping it nice and tidy through this windy section through Massanet and Casino Square. Seen a couple cars hit the inside of the wall in Casino Square over the years around the bump. Into Mirabeau. Through the Grand Hotel hairpin. Keeping it nice and tidy, a little close to the wall on the exits. Just the way we like it. Through the Monaco tunnel. The unique features of this Formula One circuit. Into the Nouvelle chicane. Beautiful entry and exit. He'll be the first car to set a time. So he'll really kind of set the standards. Hasn't really hit the wall yet. Purple through sector number 2, and I say that he hits the wall at the exit of the pool section. Through Rasgas. What will the time be for the Haas? Down the main straightaway up to the line. It's a 109.9. A good run from Grabietz. Hendricks up to the line. Lucas Hendricks with a 110. A good run from the Haas so far as we watch Rico now. Brancati through the Nouvelle chicane. He'll have a little bit of help from the Red Bull ahead as you see these sector times. Hendricks with the fastest sector 3 time. Brancati the fastest sector 2 time. This Alfa Romeo's on a flyer through Rasgas. He's caught up to the Red Bull ahead. Shouldn't affect him too much. He got a little bit of wheel spin. Out of the exit of the second to last corner up to the line. Brancati takes provisional pole by 0.2 of a second.
That's a great lap from Brancati. As we're going to see, this is Octavio and also the current championship leader. Through the first sector he's gone. It looks like he's gone purple through the first sector with an 18.3. A very strong lap so far. You see what he's going to do through the middle sector now. He's got a time to beat. Coming towards out the tunnel now, the Nouvelle chicane.
You can see the
does it well.
You can see the lights begin to turn on as we enter dusk. The shadows getting a little bit longer here. Octavian a little bit slower through sector 2. He's 0.09 of a second down, but he's got the sector 1 time to beat through the final corners. Down the main straightaway, up to the line. Can the Ferrari take provisional pole? Yes, he can. By 0.2 of a second as Dallin McTeer comes in and slots himself in second.
Yeah, decent time from McTeer. Push himself up to P2.
We've seen a little bit of qualifying so far, Ariam. Where do you think these guys are gonna slot in at the end of qualifying? I mean, obviously, Octavian looks fast, Dallin looks fast, but somebody like the Haas in fourth, Casper looks a little bit faster than usual. Cherbatov down there, 3 seconds down. That might be a banker, but.
Max Hauser is in Mercedes.
Oh!
Max Hauser is out. I'm not quite sure why he's in a Mercedes. That's interesting.
Jensen through the tunnel. The Williams machine, the orange and black helmet with the, I believe those are the French colors for the stripe. Through the pool section is Rico up to the line. Rico will slot himself in 8th. 2 spots behind his teammate Thomas Vink in 6th. Williams of Janssen up the hill into Massanet. There's a tough section going up the hill. It's a little bit blind. We might see guys try to go side by side through there on the race start. That will definitely not work. You'll kind of ping pong off the wall. And Sebastian Vettel will ask if we're racing or playing ping pong as Janssen goes purple through sector 1. At least it showed purple on the mini-map. Not quite sure that was the fastest sector 1 so far. Janssen hasn't set a time through the tunnel into the Novell chicane. This Williams looks like he's on a flyer. Can he challenge Octavian Ursu for pole?
8 tenths down on Dallin McTeer. They're not the fastest middle sector. Bill has that final sector to make up. Oh, he's hit the rear. His right rear tire on that wall there through Larascas. And gets a lot of wheel spin out the final corner. That is going to hurt his time for sure. But goes 13th fastest. At least he has a time on the board. So he puts himself above those who've DNF'd.
Hendrick slots himself in 5th. He had the fastest sector 1 and sector 2 times. Why didn't Octavian Ursu, obviously. Is that a tire in the middle of the road?
Oh, who's gone off there? I think that was his teammate. Yeah, Janssen. He's had a little bit of a spin there. Has that affected Lucas's lap?
That's in the Mirabeau section, that Mirabeau Grand Hotel section of the race course. Lucas Hendrick through the tunnel.
Oh, he's decided to back out, yeah. Oh, that's Zoranovic. He's lost it.
Zoranovic into the wall. That's the Novell chicane. That's so easy to do. The McLaren just clipped the inside wall on the exit of the Novell chicane, and he spun it into the wall as we watch Darren now through Raskas. Thomas Vink now through Mirabeau. Hendricks across the line. Green flag once more with 8 minutes to go here in qualifying.
Yeah, we forgot to mention we have a new driver at Aston Martin. Bauer Darin replaces Christian Law at Aston Martin. See how he does. Promoted from Tier B recently. And Lucas Hendrick is catching up to the Red Bulls. Now, let's hope that they move out the way. Yeah, there you go. Moving out the way nicely. Someone's listening to the driver briefing. Now, if 2 guys are on a lap, no one has priority over the other, so that is something to remember. That's a very nice Novell chicane, though, from Lucas Hendrick. He's tapped the wall there on the entry and on the exit a little bit. It's a 10th.5 down on Dallin. Currently in 5th. Can he see himself move up a couple positions?
Might have lost a little bit of front wing when he tapped the wall. He'll have a little bit of traffic ahead. It won't affect his lap. DRS wide open down the main straightaway. He promotes himself from 5th to 4th ahead of the Haas. Still 0.3 of a second down on Octavian Ursu. With 7 minutes to go here in qualifying as Brancati through Casino Square. Decides to go more over the bump than around the bump, but he goes purple through Sector 1.
Yeah, that's a very strong first sector for Antonio Brancati, the Italian at Alfa Romeo. Currently sits in P3, 0.2 behind Octavio Nusso up there in provisional pole.
The Italians got a good run going here in the Principality of Monaco. Brancati through to back. Through the pool section. He's still 0.2 of a second up on Dallin's middle sector. That was the fastest middle sector. Brancati's on an absolute flyer through the final couple of corners. Down the main straightaway. Up to the line. Brancati takes pole position. He's got provisional pole. What a lap from Brancati. He's 0.2 of a second in front of Ursu.
That is a very, very nice lap. Now Octavio has some work to do to take back that provisional pole. McTeer on a lap of his own. Gagliotti there improves to P4. McTeer hasn't matched Antonio through the first sector. But remember, he did have the fastest middle sector last time around. Can he retake that spot? Oh my god, there's a lot of wheel spin there. Huge moment, but he's kept it on track. He's kept it out the walls. McTeer is 5 down though. He's lost a lot of time. And that might spell the end of his lap as we watch Octavio Ursu now coming towards the hairpin. And he's yellow.
Yellow in Sector 1 isn't good. McTeer had a lot of wheel spin through the Novell chicane. I'm gonna guess that he didn't have a great entry. He ran over the curb a little bit. As a Red Bull will move out of the way of Octavian Ursu. That is the cause the yellow flags is the Ferrari into back. He's got a great entry and a fantastic exit. He's still 0.2 of a second down. Purple through the middle sector though. We could see the Ferrari inch a little bit closer to Brancati. Down the main straightaway up to the line. He goes purple in the final sector. He improved, but it's not enough to take provisional pole.
Yeah, he's improved, but just not enough. Still 2 tenths behind, and that is a tax slapper from the Haas driver there. Oh my god! That is his lap come to an end. He's got to be quite happy that he's not out of the session completely there. But yeah, as it stands, Brancati on provisional pole as we head into the final stages of this qualifying session.
Brancati on provisional pole is not something that we necessarily expected here at Monaco, but the Alfa Romeos are performing oh so well. 1st and 4th so far. Ferrari 2nd, Alpine 3rd, Williams 5th. Really, Alfa Romeo's kind of the only team that's got multiple guys up there as we watch one of the Red Bulls through the pool section. Look at the Drivers' Championship. Octavian Ursu, a 30-point championship lead as Gabriel Rico into the pits. Max Housley in 2nd, Rico 3rd, Brancati 4th. Darren through the Grand Hotel hairpin. On a flyer, he didn't use all the exit out of Portier.
I believe he is on his out lap. He hasn't used any.
Okay.
He skipped that chicane, that's for sure.
Was that a corner cut?
Yeah. I guess he's not aware you can't do that, but it's fine. We'll let him know. 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. Now you can... Oh my god, that was a huge slide. You can leave it very late when it comes to Monaco to go for a lap. But of course, the later you leave it, you can come across a lot more traffic. You see, Lucas Hendrick has opted to come out early and avoid the traffic.
Absolutely, you know, a lap around here is about 1:09. So if I were running a lap, I would have probably run my final lap with around 3 minutes to go or so. You know, most of these guys are going to be in the pits, as you know, the top 4 and 5 of the top 6 are in the pits. So I would have run my lap a lot earlier. I think Lucas Hendrick running his lap now is the correct strategy.
And Janssen, his teammate, just went up to P5 by 1,000th over him. Here he goes, Lucas Hendrick for his final qualifying lap of the session. Taking a lot of curb there, right on the limit of the track limits. That's got to get him a very nice first sector, surely, if he can keep it together. Oh, as I say that, he smacked the wall and Lucas Hendrick is out of the qualifying session. That is how deadly Monaco can be right there.
He just got a little too close to the wall on the entry of Casino Square. And that was all she wrote. Brancati got stacked up behind him. I don't think Brancati's on a lap, but he'll need to hustle ever so slightly. Octavian Ursu just in front of Brancati, so the Ferrari in front of the Alfa Romeo is definitely going to be interesting here at the end of this session as to who gets pole position. Well, it's great for dramatic effect, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Here he goes. Brancati in the final corner. Set up his final qualifying lap of the session. Can he keep provisional pole is the question.
Through the first corner, the Alfa Romeo starts it well. He took enough curb through the first corner. Be able to cut a little bit of time off, a little bit close to the wall as he headed up the hill through Casino Square. He's got a great run going. He's a 1/10 of a second down on his previous lap time. That is certainly not going to help him.
Yeah, I think that might just be qualifying over. We've got to focus now on Octavio Ursu because he is the one who can beat him. He's a 10th up in the first sector. He's got to make up another 10th through the rest of this lap. Can Octavio Ursu take pole position away from the Alfa Romeo driver right on the limit of the walls? Is it now?
He went purple.
You got it.
He went purple through sector number 1 as he works his way through the tunnel in the Novel chicane.
Oh, he's invalidated! He's invalidated!
He had to invalidate. There was an Alpha Tauri that was spun at the entry of the Novel chicane. He didn't really have a choice.
Brancati's invalidated too. Anton Chebotarov is on a lap, I believe. Yeah, if it was because of the Alpha Tauri there. And Thomas Vink improved to P2. Thomas Vink is on the front row and he's taken away from Octavian. This is huge.
Chebatarov's got a fantastic run going in the Alpine through the final 2 corners. A little bit of wheel spin, but it won't matter. Chebatarov up to the line. Up to 6th in front of both Janssen and Hendricks.
And it looks like that is going to be the end of our qualifying session. Antonio Brancati on pole position. Thomas Vink on the front row. 2 temps on the rest of the field for Antonio Brancati. What a lap. Octavio Ursu, our championship leader, in P3. Romeo Gagliotti, P4. Dallin McTeer, top 5. Now, if you're in the midfield here, that is the most dangerous place to be.
I think I would just kind of... I don't even know that I would start the race. I think I'd just kind of sit on the grid, let everybody crash in turn 1, and then pass them all.
That is a good plan, isn't it? Alpine's looking decent too. P5 and P6.
Williams P7, P8. Only one Red Bull. Housley crashed, obviously. But so far, the teams are doing well. This could be a very teammate-centric race. Obviously, you know, Monaco's a little hard to pass. So if you can get your teammate out in front of somebody to slow them up, they could park the absolute bus.
Yeah, they could as well. Now, this turn one is going to be very, very important. Obviously, with how difficult overtaking is on this track, the start is pretty much going to be a great determining factor of how the rest of this race is going to pan out. Of course, strategy very important too, so we're going to see what tires these guys do decide to go for. What do you think? Will alternative strategy be as good? Because remember, you're going to have to warm up those hards on the formation lap, right? You're not going to get as good traction off the line. And will you really reap as good of a benefit in the final stint? Because you're not really, even if you're going to catch up, you're not going to have enough pace to overtake. So what's the difference?
I think it's really going to come down to, you know, honestly, I don't know. The mediums at the end of the race really don't do you any good because you can't pass anybody. So I think it's definitely a track position race. So I think I would start on the hards to go to the mediums, and maybe pit a little bit early. Pit on the early side of the window, try to get the undercut on some people, because that's really the only way you're gonna pass.
Well, you can see, of everyone, Octavio Nurso, our championship leader, he's gone onto the mediums. The rest of the people on the hards, apart from Max Housley and Lucas Eliasson at the back there.
And that could be an interesting strategy from Ursu. You know, you pit a little bit early. Again, you go onto the hards. I don't know. We'll have to see how it pans out.
Here's the constructor standings in the meantime. You see Ferrari leading the way with Octavion's help, of course. Red Bull P2, Haas P3, Alfa Romeo P4. And you could say that these guys are looking to make up a couple of places.
Brancati drifting a little bit through the final two corners, trying to warm up these hard tires as best as possible. It is a little bit cooler because it is a night race here in Monaco. Cars begin to grid up. It'll be 8 rows of 2. 39 laps here in the Principality of Monaco. Last cars are on the grid as we get ready to head to 5 red lights. Lights out, and we are underway here in Monaco. Thomas Vink got a terrible start. Octavian Erstu straight to the front. Everybody cleanly through turn number 1. They'll run side by side up the hill. That's an Alpha Tauri on the outside of a Red Bull. Rico got a terrible start. He's going to lose several positions. Williams goes side by side. That's Jensen that's forced out. Brancati still with the lead. Ursu second. Thomas Vink third. As they run through the hairpin, we've got a little bit of contact. That's going to be one of the Mercedes and a couple other cars farther back. But Brancati the leader as they head through the tunnel. Ursu second, Vink third. Gagliotti fourth, and Dallin McTeer rounds out the top 5.
That is a great start for Octavio Nurso. He's made up a position which is quite difficult on this track. Now he sets his sights on Brancati. He's going to be next to impossible to overtake. But he's got to do his best to put the pressure on.
He's got the fresher tires as they run through the final 2 corners. He'll have DRS in about 2 laps. He closed in a little bit on the Alfa Romeo as they head up the hill. Several cars into the pits. That's Elias and Clark and Gabriel Rico in the Red Bull. Max Housley is out of the race. Not sure where that contact came from, but Mercedes not having the race they thought they would. Ursu down to 3rd gear through this tight section of the race course. He's chasing after the Alfa Romeo, just hasn't quite caught the back of him yet.
Yeah, you see, Antonio's got some good pace here on those hards, and Octavian's having to try and stay with him.
Octavian's having a little bit of trouble as Zoranovic, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Octavian's having a little bit of trouble keeping track of him as they head through the final 2 corners. This seems to be really where Octavian is strong. As we look at the air temperature, 57 degrees Fahrenheit here in Monaco. So these tires really are going to struggle to keep temperature. You really got to stay on top of him, especially the medium tires being softer. Well, I guess the hard tires are a little harder to put temperature in. So you're really going to have to kind of push the tires at the beginning of the stint to even get temperature in them.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Antonio's got his hards up to temperature, that's for sure. And you see Octavian there, he's sticking with him, but getting ahead is not really on the table right now.
No, it doesn't seem to be. He's going to need the help of DRS. Brancati's defending oh so well as we watch Verhoeven through the Novell chicane. Now to back chasing after Jensen for 9th. Jensen in the Williams. Both of these guys started on the hard tires. Verhoeven had a moment coming through the pool section. He got on the power a little bit too early. Almost came around on him.
Yeah, you got to be very, very careful getting on the power on this track. At any moment, that could spell the end of your race because the grip, it's been found to be a little bit less on this track compared to others. So, not sure what that really is about.
Especially at night. The track's a little cooler. The tires won't stick to the surface as easily. As we watch Chebatarov in the Alpine, riding behind his teammate Dallin McTeer, both chasing after Romeo Galeotti through the tunnel section. Very, very train-happy race so far in Monaco. The top few have run away a little bit. Brancati and Ursu have gapped themselves to Thomas Vink, who's gapped themselves to this train of Romeo, McTeer, Chebatarov, and Hendricks. Back there in 7th as Brancati the fastest lap of the race.
He's going for fastest lap after fastest lap right now. He's got really, really strong pace. And he's pretty much matching Octavian also. It's a very, very strong start for him.
I think that's kind of what you have to do on these hard tires, though, to keep them in the temperature window. You really have to push. The track temperature is only 68 degrees, so, you know, maybe somewhere like a day race here in Monaco, you could absolutely keep the tires in temperature. As Hendricks got a little on the curb, he almost bottomed out there. But a day race here in Monaco, you could really keep the tires in temperature, and you didn't have to push as hard. But it's a little tougher here at night.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, something to take note of: the safety car, apparently, is something that just doesn't exist here. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a safety car go around here, so I don't doubt that that's true. And with Tier C also, we never saw a safety car. So that's got to be something you got to think about?
I think we could see a safety car here. You know, it depends on where the accident is, as Octavian Ursu all over the gearbox of Brancati through Casino Square. Again, he doesn't have room to overtake because this is Monaco. But the Ferrari is right on top of him as they head through the Grand Hotel hairpin. He lost a little bit of time through through Mirabeau and Portier.
Yeah, at this point for Antonio, pretty much he's just got to keep his composure, because he has just got to pretty much race even in 90% of what he normally can, because you just really can't overtake around here. Oh my god! Octavian there on traction, nearly losing it.
That's what we've seen a lot today. People getting really close to the wall. The back end almost coming around on them. I definitely think we could see some guys into the wall here later in this race. But here's the important part. The important part is that these two leaders, while they have pulled a second now and a half on Thomas Vink, they've got 3 lap cars ahead of them. Clark, Eliasson, and Rico both had to pit at the start of this race. So they're sitting right in front of the leaders. So the question is, can Octavian use that to his advantage? And how slow will these lap cars force leaders to be?
Yeah, these lap cars that they're catching up to here, they've got to move out of the way for blue flags, and you got to hope that they do it efficiently, that is, as to not interfere with what's going on.
Octavian's gotten a lot of wheel spin out of the final 2 corners. It's really kind of hampered his ability to attack Brancati as they head up the hill. Right on board with Octavian through Casino Square. You could just see the back of that Red Bull in front. That's one of the McLarens. That's Eliasson into the wall in Mirabeau.
Yeah, him and Gabriel Rico there came together. They were fighting for P14 and they've crashed. Lucas Eliasson into the wall. Completely lost his front wing there for sure. Yeah.
Eliasson, Rico moved out of the way for the leaders. Eliasson was still in the barrier. He let everybody go for backing up. But the leaders still have 1 lap car ahead. That's Clark, as Clark has come into the pits. Maybe he was involved in that incident. Brancati's still the leader. We've got a yellow flag.
There's a
safety car.
It does exist. I told you guys. It existed. Yeah, Bauer, they're in there. Out of the session. He's lost it at,
It's to back.
back. Yes.
He's lost it in the wall at to back. So a safety car here in Monaco. This might play a little bit into Octavian's strategy.
I mean, we're on... I don't know what lap we're on.
We're on lap
9.
10.
Lap 10. I don't believe Hards can make it to the end here, so I do think that we're looking at 2 more stops.
We could see 2 more stops.
Or they just stay out. That's the thing. If you don't think that you can make the end of the race on whatever tire, they're gonna stay out, I assume.
I think the real more of the problem becomes, you know, if you pit here, if you're Octavian, you go to the back of this queue, you end up behind everybody else.
Yeah.
How much are you going to be held up? He does come in, put on the hard tires. But Octavian clearly doesn't think he's going to be held up that much. He just got out in front of one of the Red Bulls. That's Thomas Vink, who also came in. Octavian all the way down to 9th.
Yeah, see, here's the deal. How much time is he going to lose by being in this midfield pack? Everyone has stayed out. Obviously, they've all got to box again. But is Antonio Brancati... See, now the Alfa Romeos are 1-2. They both stayed out. They do have that pit stop to make, but... Can they gain the time? That pit stop delta? What do you think?
You know, I think it'll be tough for Octavian to keep up with them. You know, Zoranovic behind him, Thomas Vink behind him. The guys in front of him aren't super slow. It's Janssen and Verhoeven. But it is definitely going to be a little bit tougher to keep up with Brancati and Octavian.
He's got a drive-through.
Got a drive-through penalty.
He's got a drive-through. This is going to change everything. Remember when they said it's impossible to predict what's going to happen in Monaco? Well, there you go. Octavian in trying to catch up to the pack. He's got a drive-through penalty. Now this is even more flipped everything. This is just not going his way, is it?
No, but I think this does kind of play into his hands a little bit. With the drive-through, that gives him clean air. He can run fast laps.
But he's how much time behind?
He's a pit stop behind.
I mean, he's going to lose how much time with the drive-through? Like 10, 12 seconds, maybe?
Yeah. The question is more, you know, can he stay within pit stop window of Brancati? Which I doubt he could, but...
I mean, this drive-through is going to make it even more difficult, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This got to be a huge delight to the Alfa Romeos, though.
Brancati the leader, Gagliotti second, McTeer third, Batarov in fourth, Hendrick fifth. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, the safety car is in this lap. Brancati will lead us back to green. There is a lap car in between him and his teammate. That is Gabriel Rico. I assume Rico will attempt to move out of the way as Brancati on the loud pedal down the main straightaway. He's got plenty a head start. Rico didn't get a great getaway. Pursuit to the inside of Janssen in turn one. He's got the move done. The Ferrari already on the move. As Thomas Vink now trying to get by Janssen as they head up the hill. Thomas Vink is through.
Oh, he's sending it.
Ooh.
Lucas Hendrick on Anton. Has he got the move done? He just about can't.
He's not gotten the move done. Rico moved out of the way. So Rico no longer between Brancati and Gagliotti. As this is Lucas Hendricks, who we were on board with. Watch Octavian Ursu down in 8th. He's half a second behind Verhoeven. Yellow flag. That's Chebatarov in the wall at the exit of Novel Chicane. No safety car. Shockingly, he's right in the middle of the racetrack.
Oh my god. That was a huge crash. I'm surprised more people didn't get collected there. Jesus.
Absolutely. Ursu into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty as we watch the other Alpine of Dallin McTeer chasing down Gagliotti He looked to the inside in Masnet. He couldn't get the move done. He then looked to the outside in Casino Square. He's trying to find any way to get around the Alfa Romeo.
But there is no way. He's trying to find it, but where is it?
He's got Lucas Hendricks behind him to be right on board. This is Thomas Vink as Strahiniya Zoranovic into the pits, and he retires. That brings us down to 10 cars. We're in Monaco. Thomas Vink looked to the inside of Verhoeven into the Nouvelle chicane. Couldn't find a way around him as we run lap 13. Everybody single file. These 3 cars right here are pretty close. Thomas Vink still trying to find a way around Verhoeven. He's got those fresh medium tires. DRS is enabled. He doesn't have it down the main straightaway.
This is retired McLaren here. Oh my Jesus.
That was close between Brancati and Zoranovic. Not quite sure why Zoranovic's AI is on the racetrack. He's almost taken out about 16 different guys.
Good game.
Thomas Vink clips the inside of the wall just a tiny bit through the Mirabeau chicane. He's still trying to find a way around Verhoeven, and McTier's still trying to find a way around Aliati.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the hards. They have a long way to go still.
Absolutely. So, what would we have done if Brancati had been taken out by Zoranovic's AI?
Well, I believe the rules say something like you are responsible for what your AI does. So, I mean, I guess this stewards would have to look at it. But nothing happens, so we have to worry.
Here on those hard tires, you can see those 14-lap-old hard tires, not really worn. We were under safety car for 3 or 4 laps. Octavian Ursu, the fastest lap of the race. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to continually pump out these fast laps of the race. He's catching Jensen a tiny bit. I believe he's 3.9 behind him. He was 3.9 down to 2.4. So Octavian Ursu's caught kind of the back of the train. He's going to have to try and make quick work of it to stay within the pit stop window of Brancati. As Lucas Hendricks a 3-second time penalty.
My God, Thomas Vink tried to go for a move on Verhoeven. I mean, he did get the move done. I guess that counts. Oh, and Octavian Ursu. He's got a 3-second time penalty as well. It's just gone from bad to worse for him.
Absolutely, it's not good. He got around Gabriel Rico as Verhoeven into the pits. The first of the hard tire runners to pit.
Is that a front wing change as well? It is.
Okay, so I'm guessing it was more of a front wing change than a scheduled pit stop. But that does clear the way. That is one less car that Octavian Ursu has to pass. He's currently running in 8th. Aliati running 2nd. He's got a 1 point. That's McTier's gap. That's McTier's gap to leader. McTier around 4.5 seconds to Brancati. Brancati just kind of pulling away from this little train of 3 cars right here. Galeotti, McTier, and Hendricks.
Yeah, we're down to 10 drivers now, so you finish, you get points. I guess that's what Rico's plan is, because he's back in a lap behind. But a lap behind on points, still points.
Absolutely. Lap 16 of 39, Thomas Vink trying to chase down the Haas in front for 5th. When do you think we're going to see pit stops here?
Well, that's the deal. This is one of the shortest pit lanes on the calendar. So, I mean, now that Octavian's had to switch to the hard, he's not going to be gaining as much. He has newer tyres, but it's up to Brancati now to make up that time.
Octavian has caught the back of the field. As Thomas Vink will get around the Haas just kind of let him through. I think that's the correct decision. Octavian, he's got Jensen in front. Casper gets a 5-second, that's a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Octavian now has got up to the back of Janssen. This is a crucial moment, because Janssen might become a bit of a problem. And now he's under no obligation to let him by here, and I don't think he will. They're both in their own race at this point. They're both in the same race. So yeah, Janssen's not going to make it too easy.
They are in the same race. Octavian will dive up the inside in turn number 1. They'll battle side by side out of turn 1. Octavian didn't get a great exit, and Jensen shut the door.
Yeah, Octavian's trying to make a move, and Janssen defending well, keeping on the outside, left the space. And Octavian finding it more and more difficult.
He did everything he had to do. As we watch Octavian still right behind that Williams. He doesn't have DRS through the tunnel. There is no DRS in the tunnel. A little bit of a slipstream from Janssen into the Novell chicane. Still running in 8th. He's got to make quick work of Janssen if he wants to stay in the pit stop window of Brancati.
I believe that pit stop has gone now. Surely.
It's definitely close. Janssen is holding him up a treat, and Janssen has let him through. Octavian up to 7th. He's got 7 seconds to Casper in front in 6th. As you can see, the Ferrari just pull away up the hill. Iktir right on the back of Gagliotti, as he has been the last several laps. Still can't find a way around the Alfa Romeo as Verhoeven puts in the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, the hard's 40%, so they can do a lot of laps. I mean, you've got even more laps to do on these. You can go up to 50%. I can see some of these guys doing that. And I'm wondering if the pit delta is around lap 25 or something like that.
Could definitely be close to 25. That's what I would assume. Maybe 15 laps on the mediums. Gagliotti struggled a little bit out of the final couple of corners. Iktir's got DRS. He's closing in on the Alfa Romeo. Not close enough to make a move. They'll stay right on his gearbox. 5th, now 6th gear up this hill into Massenet and Casino Square. He's all over the gearbox, over the bump, still not close enough. Think he'd make a dive up the inside somewhere, but he's decided not to race like that. He's decided to race rationally, I suppose. Gagliotti, a little bit of wheel spin out of Portier as Thomas Vink has closed in on this battle. Red Bull in 5th, right at the back of this train.
I mean, Alfa Romeo are looking at 1-2 right now, but it is just important what the pit stops will mean and where they'll come out on pit exit.
Octavian has closed in on Casper. The gap is now down to 4.2 seconds. By my math, I would guess that Octavian might be just outside the pit window.
I mean, we can look at the time to the leader right now. It's looking like 18 seconds, although take the timing there with a pinch of salt. He does like to jump around.
18 seconds would be just...
Oh!
That'd be pretty close. Thomas Vink went up the inside of Lucas Hendricks. It cost them both a ton of time. The Red Bull didn't gain any advantage out of it.
Yeah, a bit of contact there, but nothing really came of it. Lucas Hendrick there, still with that 3-second time penalty.
Alan McTeer still all over the back of Gagliotti. Gagliotti stretched the advantage out to about 3 car lengths as they run through Rasgas. McTeer just clipped the rear end as the Alpine is in. Not quite sure why the Mercedes crew is out. Both their cars are retired, but maybe they're practicing on imaginary race cars. McTeer, a 2.2 second stop. So McTeer was 21 seconds. I believe that would put Octavian out in front of Brancati. The question is, can he make the hard tires last to the end?
Thomas Vink is really pushing Lucas here. And is he looking to make a move there? He's got the ERS on. Lucas on the inside. It's going to be very difficult to try and go for a move here. There's a little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel banging. And Thomas Vink has had to go off the track of the Nouvelle chicane. These guys still side by side. Oh! And he's been squeezed into the wall there. Lucas Hendrick has stayed ahead for now.
That was a ton of contact. Thomas Vink into the wall. Like Joseph Newgarden at Texas. As Thomas Vink still right behind Lucas Hendricks. Romeo into the pits now. It's going to be important. Where does Romeo come out in relation to Octavian? Octavian's got him. Octavian's got him easily. Romeo's still in the pits.
Yeah, he's gained a lot of time also in that clean air. So now it's going to be important how much time Brancati has got on him. When he's going to make his stop, is he going to be able to get out ahead? Remember, that 3-second time penalty is still there. And Brancati is going to have much more pace on those mediums. So, he's not going to have to overtake him. He has got to catch up to him. If he gets behind.
Absolutely, he's got to get within 3 seconds. Octavian has caught this group in front of Hendricks and Thomas Vink as we watch Casper and Janssen battle back here for 8th.
There he goes into the box, Antonio Brancati.
Brancati, the last of the leaders to pit. Hendricks and Thomas Vink are still out there. I wouldn't necessarily count them as leaders, as Octavian Ursu will get by Brancati quite easily. It's not even really going to be close. Brancati just now exiting pit lane. Octavian will have a huge gap to Brancati. He's just got to manage it at this point.
Yeah, he's got to catch up to the back here, and it's probably going to be made a little bit easier with Thomas Vink and Lucas Hendrick. These guys are fighting a little bit, and depending on when these guys go into the box, it's going to hurt Octavian a little bit. If they don't go in the box now, he's going to lose a little bit of time, and that's if they go in the box at the same time too.
Thomas Vink has mediums, Hendricks on the hards.
And Thomas Vink has made his pit stop, so he doesn't have to technically stop again. Look at his tire wear,
No, he does.
He is quite a lot of wear.
15 laps to go. Those medium tires will not last, but I would guess he'll stay out as long as possible. Hope for a safety car. Hendricks still not in. Not sure why with everybody else coming in. Unless he's hoping for a safety car here with 15 to go. Octavian's caught the back of this group. Gap to Brancati, 7.3. McTier puts in the fastest lap of the race. He's now 1.8 behind Brancati. He has gotten around Romeo in the pit stop sequence. So the Alpine in front of the Alfa Romeo. As Casper gets around Verhoeven. That's Casper around Jensen in turn number 1. My bad.
Yeah, he's got around. We missed the overtake. I'm so sorry. With the help of DRS. That's what Grabiet goes up to P8, but there's a 3-second time penalty, so he's got to gain a lot of time. Octavian is stuck behind these guys in P1 and P2 right now. And this is just helping Antonio Brancati catch up. He only needs to get in that 3-second range, remember. Time behind right now. It says 5 seconds. It does look like 5 seconds. There's Thomas Vink looking for a move. These guys still not going into the box. Oh! A little bit of contact there between Thomas Vink and Lucas, and they're going side by side. A little bit of contact. It's a huge crash. Oh, Octavian's out.
Octavian's out.
Oh my god.
Octavian's out. He's put it in the wall on the inside of the front straightaway.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And we don't have a safety car.
Did we just see that? Did we just see that? Octavian Urso, championship leader, is out of the session. Thomas Vink, he's got no front wing. Dallin McTier is going to make a move on him. Oh, he's hit the wall, but he's still there. Lucas Hendrick, the ones who caused the accident, they're alive. Octavian's not, though. He wasn't even involved. And then they got him involved, and that brings us down to 9 drivers. Oh, my God.
Man, that was crazy. Octavian did. There was nothing he could have done.
Yeah, he was just a passenger there.
Absolutely, he tried to go to the inside to avoid it. I mean, you can't really do much here at Monaco. The track's a little tight. As who is this Gagliotti on the back of Thomas Vink?
Yeah, it is. Thomas Vink having to box for his front wing there, and we're looking now at an Alfa Romeo 1-3.
Alan McTier still running second, 2.4 seconds behind Brancati. 12 laps to go here in Monaco. Hendricks into the pits, Thomas Vink into the pits. We will certainly see some post-race discourse about the lap 26 incident. Run here, Monaco. 12 laps to go. Brancati the leader by 2.4 seconds. McTier's lost at almost 0.2 of a second last lap to the Alfa Romeo. He can just see the Alfa Romeo in the distance, turning around to back as he heads through the Novelle chicane.
Well, these guys have come out back again in front and behind each other, unscathed, fixed their front wings. I mean, they probably might be looking at a little bit of sidewall damage. You can't exactly see that.
Thomas Vink in front, I think, is... Well, yeah, Thomas Vink in front, I think, is crucial. I think he'll run away with this, I believe. Hendricks did look to the inside. As Casper got around Verhoeven. Verhoeven into the pits. He might have had a little bit of contact somewhere. Hendricks tried the outside in Rasgas. Now the inside on the Arab switchback. And he's got the move done.
That was a beautiful switchback through the Rasgas there from Lucas Hendrick. Great move. I'm glad we got to see that one, at least.
Absolutely. One of the few overtakes here today in Monaco, but it was one of the prettiest. Lucas Hendricks up to 7th. He does have a 3-second time penalty, so he does need to be 3 seconds clear of the Red Bull. But right now, he is provisionally 7th.
Grabiat has 6 seconds, so he needs 3 seconds on Janssen. It does look like he has that. It's quite close.
Grabiet's up to 4th. He's run well today. He hasn't made mistakes. He hasn't really been involved in any incidents. Just kind of a quiet race from the Haas. That's kind of what you like to see around here at Monaco.
Now my question is, does Melon get points? Because he's DNF, but he is technically 10th. What's the rules with that? Do you know?
No. So if you're in the top 10 and you DNF, you do not get points.
Yeah, okay. You have to DNF, I believe it's like between in the last 3 laps. Oh, who's gone off there? That's Thomas Vink. He's gone into the Rosberg line at Saint Devot. It looks okay though.
He's made it through. He's down to 8th other than his pride being hurt. And he lost a ton of time to Lucas Hendricks. The Red Bull seems unscathed. His teammate down in 9th. We watch Verhoeven running in front of his teammate. Gabriel Rico 1 lap down. As we round 10 laps to go here in Monaco. The Alpha Tauri. Raskas, as we watch Dallin McTier now, he picked up a little bit of time to Brancati on that last lap. He's going to need to pick up a ton more time. The Alfa Romeo just out a shot of the Alpine through the tunnel.
Yeah, he's gained time, but it's just not enough. It looks like the only way he's going to be catching up is if time penalties come into play. But both these guys, 0 time penalty so far. And not long left before the end of this race.
He has visually gained time, though. You can see that McTier is closer to Brancati than he was. But he's going to need to pick up a lot more time. He's 4/10 faster on that last lap. So maybe the Alfa Romeo made a mistake somewhere. He's got 8 laps to close the gap as we run through Massenet and the Casino Square. Alpine chasing his first race win of the season.
Well, Antonio Brancati now is at the fastest lap. And we can see how far here is from the fastest lap. Oh, he's a little bit behind. But I do believe he's got a lot of ERS, so I guess if he wants to go for it, he's going to have to push the limits of the track, put himself in a little bit of risk for that 1 extra point. I don't know. I don't really pin it on him to do it. Antonio Brancati, though, he's done all he's had to do so far. What a race he's doing.
Absolutely. He's run just about a perfect race. We would have seen him have...
Oh my god, he's hit the wall.
He did hit the wall a little bit. His car seems okay. Gap 1.9 seconds.
That's going to give him a little bit of a fright. What's important, though, is how much damage, if he has damage. I mean, even with a little bit of damage, you can survive, but I didn't see anything come off the car.
I didn't see anything either. Gap 1.7 seconds. The Alpine has certainly closed into the leader. As they head through Grand Hotel Hairpin and Mirabeau. Now the tunnel.
Oh, Justin's out. Yeah, Justin Janssen has lost it at the casino section. And that is him out the race. So late on as well.
With Justin out of the race, that means there's only 8 cars left.
We're down to 8, boys.
Absolutely. The Elite 8.
It's a survival game.
Brancati has extended the lead. Well, he did extend it to 2 seconds. Now it's down to 1.2, so obviously timing screen jumping around just a tiny bit. Right on board with Casper. Through turn number 1, right behind Romeo. Mayo running third as he has most of today. Casper's all over the back of him through Casino Square. He might have pushed him through Casino Square. What a save!
Jesus.
What a save from Casper.
That was a Joe Guan Yu save right there. Amazing.
That was an Alexander Rossi at Texas save.
I don't get that reference, but it sounds amazing.
It was an amazing save. He was on the banking, then he was on kind of the pit area. It was a great save. Alan McTeer has closed in a ton to Brancati. The gap was way down. McTeer had a little bit of wheel spin through the final 2 corners. 5 laps to go here in Monaco. We could see Brancati lose the race lead if he's not careful.
Yeah, it's crucial right now to stay composed because he won't get overtaken if he doesn't let Dallin do it.
I think Dallin might force his way through at this point. Alpine hungry for a win. He might not. He might race him like a gentleman, but I would guess he'll force his way through.
Well, we're gonna see. We're coming to the final stage of the race now. 5 laps to go. However, we're gonna see an overtake for the lead. It's gonna be soon. Oh my god, that is a huge slide there. Completely sideways Alan went. But he saved it.
Alan has been he's been dirt tracking it here the last couple laps like Kyle Larson. They head up the hill. Brancati still with the lead. 5 laps to go. Be right on board with this is Lucas Hendricks right behind Thomas Vink.
He's put the softs on.
He has.
Oh, he's got a 3-second
Going
time
for
better.
fastest lap of the race. He could still get fastest lap of the race though.
He can, that is true. But you think he can get ahead of Thomas and pull 6 seconds?
Not when he's sliding around like that. He was right on the back of the Red Bull. He had to hit the brakes a little bit through the final couple of corners so that he didn't rear end him. Williams trying to find a way through. Up the hill they go through Massnet and Casino Square.
I mean, softs be hard, and it's still not very easy or impossible. He's right behind him, but just looking for that space to open up. That seems to never open up.
No, it doesn't. Man. Thomas Vink running in 6th. Red Bull just in front of Lucas Hendricks. Lucas Hendricks all over the rear end of Thomas Vink as they headed through the pool section now. Still can't find a way around him. He looks to the outside through Rasgas, and there's no room. He'll have DRS down the main straightaway, and he will not be close enough. The Red Bull just runs away just ever so slightly down the main straightaway.
Super Gaming, the pole position, according to my memory, is a 9-2, set by Antonio Brancati. I believe it was a 9-2. It was an even number.
That sounds right. Lucas Hendricks still all over the back of the Red Bull. And there is no room. He looked to the outside in the hairpin even. Tried to go slow in, fast out. He might try to make a move into the Novell chicane. The Red Bull just runs away ever so slightly through the tunnel section.
Oh, he's hit his rear tire on the wall.
He's clipped the inside wall. And that That will not help him overtake the Red Bull.
Yeah, that definitely won't help him.
Coach Grabiette's right behind Gagliotti. They head through the Mirabeau hairpin.
Yeah, this for P3, and you can see the Haas is just pushing Romeo through. He's trying to go for the move.
Oh,
he leaves the door open. Can he get good enough traction? He's got the ERS on through the tunnel section there side by side, but Romeo, it looks like he's had way more ERS there because straight line speed is just different.
He looked up the inside. Romeo got a little bit of wheel spin. The Haas to the outside into
Oh my god, what a
move!
What a move! Round
And
the outside
Dallin,
through there, I've never seen it.
Dallin is in the pits. He's going for fastest lap. He decided he wasn't going to overtake Antonio. So he might as well get fastest lap of the race.
That is one of the greatest moves I've ever seen. Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've seen a better move. I mean, that was insane.
I've never seen anyone do that before. I've kept it clean. Respect to these drivers. Respect.
Absolutely. The outside of Tabac. Dallin strapped on these soft tires. He'll go for the fastest lap of the race on the final lap.
I don't mind that strategy from Matier, you know. He's realised, yeah, first isn't on the cards. At least let me try and get an extra point.
Absolutely. With one lap to go, the white flag is out for Antonio Brancati. He's run a masterful race. He's led just about every lap as we watch Dallin McTeer down the main straightaway. Can he put in the fastest lap of the race on these soft tires? See, Rico has the fastest Sector 1, Brancati the fastest Sectors 2 and 3. Through Casino Square, the Alpine certainly on a flyer. He's 0.04 of a second up on Rico in Sector 1. Allen through the tight section of the race course under the tunnel now. Brancati into grass gas. He's run a perfect race through the final two corners. He may not have fastest lap at the end of this, but the Alfa Romeo wins in Monaco.
Grand Prix winner of Monte Carlo. Congratulations, Antonio Brancati of Alfa Romeo. In the meantime, Dallin McTeer, he's going to cross the line to take P2. And is going to be fastest lap 2. It looks like it is. Yes, it is fastest lap and second place for Dallin McTeer. Casper Grabietz, has he pulled enough time to Gagliotti behind? I don't believe he has.
No, it doesn't appear that he has. We have a yellow flag in sector number 3. Not entirely sure what that's for. But Grabietz will come home in 4th, Verhoeven 5th, Thomas Vink 6th, Lucas Hendricks 7th, and Gabriel Rico in 8th. Out of the race, Justin Jensen in 9th, Octavian Ursu in 10th, Zoranovic in 11th, Shebatarov in 12th, Aaron 13th, Clark 14th, Eliasson 15th, Max Husley in 16th.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering what happened to Max Housley there, so basically, if you are not connected during the formation lap, you basically are DNF'd. It DNFs you, so that was just unfortunate. I believe he disconnected during, or he left the session during qualifying. Didn't get back in time. Unfortunate. That's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Antonio Brancati wins in Monte Carlo. And we are going to talk to him, definitely. He's definitely going to want to talk to us. Alfa Romeo 1-3, though. That is a lot of points. I believe that I believe that will put them ahead. I mean, what is that? 40 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
going to put them ahead of
close.
Ferrari. Now, for a Monaco race without ghosting, it didn't go too bad. Am I wrong in saying that?
Oh,
Could have been worse.
we had an incident that took out the provisional race leader.
That's
So
racing.
it is racing.
It happens. We're gonna get into the driver interview soon, everybody. Don't go anywhere.
That is a lot of warnings.
Yeah, something with this track and track limits, eh?
There aren't many track limits around here.
Well, you have the Nouvelle Chicane, you've got... I mean, you've got a few
Pools, the
places.
swimming pool section.
Yeah. Give us a moment, everybody. Antonio Brancati, you won in Monaco. How you feeling?
Very, 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 very good. It's good, guys. I mean, I should say that I warned you before, Arion, so I took my promise, right?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, want me to talk about the race or the
Yeah,
quali?
yeah,
What do
go
you
for
want?
it. You probably have many things to
Okay.
say, eh?
I mean, before the race, I was actually um thinking not to race because I have a problem even now at the moment. I have too high BPMs. It's a problem that I had before and I got now. But I said, okay, I'm gonna still race because I have the pace to be there. And I did a fantastic lap. Actually, I lost something on one corner. I don't even remember. But it was enough to get to 2/10 of pole, and then I mean, the race was my best the best thing I had in this track. The race pace was phenomenal. In fact, I don't know how I kept Melon behind on the mediums.
Mm.
Then the safety car screwed me a little bit, but I thought to stay out. I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay out. I was a bit concerned about Melon and Thomas pitting.
Mm.
And then at some point in the race, I thought, okay, I'm gonna end up P3. But thanks to Lucas Hendrik that stayed out, he made me gain a lot of time. And then, yeah, it's a shame that I won because there was a big crash in front. I don't know how and what happened. So it's a shame that I won like this. I would have won beating the guys on the track. So I feel sorry for Melon and who else crashed there, Thomas and Lucas. They definitely deserved a bit more, but yeah, I mean, the fate said that I had to win because of my pace, and yeah, I won. At the end, Faded was catching up to me, but since I knew you can't overtake on Monaco, I said there is no need to push anymore. I'm just gonna take the car home, not hitting any walls, not even pushing on the track limits, just stayed there, and yeah, had the fastest lap as well, but Mr. Faded wanted to take it, so it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a P1.
It's just 1 point. You got the race win, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
There was a moment at the end where you hit the wall. I was at the final corner. Did you? I mean,
Yeah.
what happened there? Did you get damaged or like what?
No. It was actually the only moment in the race I actually had a little contact to the wall. I just went a little bit earlier on power, and I had to counter steer as fast as I could. But yeah, P1. The first thing I said, crossing the finish line was, of course, this is for Charles. This win is for Charles Leclerc that couldn't win like me in Monaco. No, I'm joking. Jokes apart, it was very fun.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win. Well deserved. And next week you head to Belgium for the first sprint race. How are you feeling for Belgium, or are you going to be there for Belgium?
Yeah, I'm gonna race. I'm not very fast on Belgium, so I'm gonna pass it to my man Octavian, or maybe
This
someone
early?
else. Yeah. I mean, there is always a spot for me on the podium. I'm gonna fight for the podium, not for the win.
I
I'm
mean,
not
you've gained a
fighting
lot
for-
of points, so don't want to write
Yeah,
off
I'm
a
only
win at this point in the
7 points
championship.
behind. 7 points behind, I think. So yeah,
All right.
good.
Thanks for the interview, Antonio. Good job on the win.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. Bye bye.
All right, let's talk to Dallin McTeer. Came second place in the end, got the fastest lap. I mean, crazy race. You're in that midfield fight for a long time, and then you managed to pull out a second. How you feeling? Talk to us a little bit about your race.
Well, first off, I wasn't happy with quali at all. Messed up. I got my first run and messed up my second and third run, so I wasn't happy starting P5. But undercut really saved my race. On Romeo, and from there it was just trying to keep the pace up as much as possible, possibly try and catch up to Antonio and Octavian if they made a mistake. Unfortunately for myself, Antonio didn't make a mistake in the end.
Yeah.
Happy with P2 in the end.
Yeah, and I believe that is your second P2 in a row. So quite consistent finishing from you there. Next week, Belgium. How do you feel for Belgium? I mean, you've gained a lot of points on Octavian there with his DNF.
I have to put in a lot of practice for Belgium. I'm not that great at practice for Belgium, to be honest. But first P2 this season. Feels good. I got P3 last week because of a time penalty. But overall, I'm confident in my pace in general. So I'm feeling good for next week.
Great. And thank you for the interview, Dallin. We'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Let's talk to Romeo Gagliotti. Came P3 in the end on penalties. You were in a great fight with Grabietz in the end and fighting there with Verhoeven too, but you managed to keep him behind and secure that podium spot. How you feeling for that Monaco Grand Prix you just did?
I feel incredible. Because I got to hear Antonio winning. And yeah, that's just incredible. Alfa Romeo 1-3, 2 Alfa Romeos on the podium. It was just an incredible race. I was pretty good. I was pretty confident about my pace, not compared to Melon or compared to Antonio or Faded, but compared to the others. So I was hoping for a P4, P5 if something goes wrong, and then going P3 is really good. Just staying out of major incidents and just bring it home.
Yeah, and that's P1 and P3 for Alfa Romeo, so that's going to take you to the lead of the Constructors' Championship. So you got to be feeling good about that too.
Definitely. I don't think we will keep that lead for the next few races because I won't be there.
Oh, okay.
But Antonio, I hope he will be continuing a lead if possible, and just a lot of points in general. Coming couple races.
Thank you for the interview, Romeo. Good job on P3.
Yes, thank you. See you guys.
All right, let's talk now to the man who came P4. Kacper Grabietz. P4 in the end. That was a world. I don't think that's the best overtake I've seen so far in this game for sure. That was crazy.
I mean, you just have to need the balls to do overtake on Monaco. That's what I can say. And I mean, I have done pretty much two overtakes which were equally as say, but oh my god! I mean, this race was pretty much ups and downs. Well, I qualified P9 wasn't ideal. Could have been a bit better. And I mean, somehow that I finished in P4 is from P9. That's well, I mean, there was quite a lot of luck involved in this because of people crashing out and all, but I got quite lucky.
Well, if you
today.
don't crash, I mean, that is to do with there's some skin involved there. I mean, to
I
keep
mean,
out of the wall, it's not
in fact-
entirely luck.
In fact, I have driven the whole first end with wing damage, so
Oh, damn.
yeah. Only a bit unfortunate with the penalties because other than that would have been on the podium for sure. Because I had some pace today only without qualifying. It was quite unfortunate.
Yeah, but P4 though, can't be too
P4?
mad. Can't be too mad. Your
Yeah.
teammate on Mercedes
Yeah, I saw that.
was on a little bit unfortunate with the formation lap business, but it happens. Thank you for the
Happens.
interview, Catsper.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Alright, let's talk to one more driver. As you for that right now. Bear with me. Verhoeven, P5 in the end, just gonna get ahead of Gagliotti there. I mean, it's a bit of a crazy race for you. You're in the midfield. Talk to us. How was it from your perspective?
I mean, I don't know if you saw, but in quali, I just couldn't put a lap in. I bended into every wall. I don't know. I just couldn't focus today,
Hmm.
you know, because I'm and all that. But I got into the groove in the race. But same as Max Fan, I had wing damage in the first stint, and then Thomas Vink and me had a little bit of a battle, which sent me like spinning with wing damage. So I had to pit, but the undercut just put me above everybody, and then I don't know what happened to Lucas and Thomas Vink, but they pitted, and I checked that I could pit and still come out ahead of them. So that's what I did, and I almost got Max Van Gabriel in the end, but I ran out of fuel in the last corner.
Oh damn! Oh, that's why you slowed down. Oh, I thought you were just like, I'm not gonna overtake him, so whatever.
No,
Well, that's another
it's
P5 on the board. Actually, you came P3 in the first
Three.
race, and
Yeah,
consistent finishes, not bad.
yeah, I mean, Silverstone just wasn't my race. There was no safety cars or anything. It's just, I was just in my own world driving. Yeah, hopefully Spa would be another good finish.
Yeah. Hopefully from me too. Thank you, Verhoeven, for the interview. Good job on P5.
Thanks.
Well, that is about it for today, everybody. A long and crazy race. I mean, Monaco. That is Monaco for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everybody for watching. Tomorrow we'll have the Cup at Abu Dhabi, and then we'll have Tier B's version of events around Monaco, which is one you probably don't want to miss. Thank you everybody for watching so far, for all the follows that I missed. Mark, Gideon, Aspect. You guys followed. Thank you very much. And it's going to be goodbye from me. And goodbye from Adam.
See ya.